Michael Myers, the man who will never die. Michael Myers is firmly 100% etched in our modern mythos, right? We can't get away from it. He is the guy who is the personification of death, if we look at it in like a more modern sense, like how we would represent him in our modern pantheon. He is unique among all the characters, and the reason why is he's had this impact on our modern culture. He came at death in a very different way than anything we've seen. Michael Myers doesn't speak, he doesn't plead, he doesn't even breathe, right? So there's no way to even humanize him, and that's where the detachment is. And if you think about it, even other characters that we've been afraid of, vampires, werewolves, we still put a human face on those guys, and that's how we're being able to be drawn into them, through how their facial expressions, through their eyes. Michael Myers specifically does not give us that. This is a blank mask. It's not a disguise. It's a declaration that there's nothing back there. There is not a soul back there. Like, we looked at Michael Myers, and even the films, they looked at him as a madman. But he is madness itself. Like, what he is the remains of a stripped away human. There's no soul there. That's the component that we need to understand about Michael Myers. This is what makes him specifically what it is. And early on in some of the origin stories, you have the doctor saying that, these soulless eyes. That was a very important thing in defining what he is. So in a mythic sense, he represents the death drive. That's really what it is. They call it Thanatos. And what it is a compulsion towards stillness, towards entropy and destruction. And this hides everything behind human desire for control. He's not chaos like the Joker or wrath like Jason Voorhees. That's a very different thing. He is a quiet urge from a movement designed to end everything. This is how it starts. It would be like this. He is essentially a personified void in that real sense. So when we talk about this Thanatos drive, the death drive, it's not an evil drive. This is the unconscious pull of everything to remain in an inanimate state, to go to the point where there was stillness and there was nothing. So for Myers, this is instinctual, what he's doing. He doesn't kill out of passion. He's the opposite of passion. It's not revenge. It's not even pleasure. He kills because existence itself offends him. He is offended by you. I'm telling you, that's why that guy is so eager to put a machete through your skull, because you offend him, you disgust him. So that's what he sees. So when they describe him as pure and simply evil, he's actually identifying this absence of an ego or super ego or even an id. There is no personality there. That's not what he's bringing forth. He is the collapse of the human psyche. This is what remains when the human mind shut down and all that's left is instinct. So he is regressing from ground zero. This is a black hole in human form. He is literally the void. And the mask itself is mythically symbolism, right? In many cultures, masks bridge the human and the divine, or the human and the monstrous. And in Michael's case, it really isn't either. His mask doesn't transform him. It completes the erasure for him. The face is a seat of identity, and his mask deletes that. So when you're looking at him, you're not seeing anything, like nothing, right? Like Hades is the helm of the underworld. This allows him to exist outside of that perception, unseen by human empathy. His victims often stare into this mask, searching desperately for something familiar, something to grab onto, to pull him in, but only like this blank, like reflection, back at him. And again, Halloween, obviously his sacred night. This is the night where that boundary between life and death is at its thinnest. That's why you have like Dia de Muertos around that time. He emerges on that night because the veil is at its natural point. This is when he's supposed to. So mythically, he represents this Brenton personification of death, who roams collecting souls, or as I mentioned, Thanatos himself, this unrelenting, silent presence that just wants to consume. So he doesn't age, he doesn't die, he doesn't fall, he doesn't get bored, he's not reborn, he's just a reboot. He is this endless return of this loop, this death seeking itself, feeding only on its inevitability. Like, that is really what he is. So he represents not a person, but this shadow archetype of externalized like repression for all civilization. He's the collective desire for hunger for violence, the silence truth that civilization depends on its own bloodlust. Every Halloween night he rises because we call him back. We're a culture that obsessed with this crime, so we're helping manifest what he is. Now, everything that stands out is about the final girl. And remember, this is Laurie Strode, or the survivor. She represents the entire opposite of him. She is the life drive and that human impulse to persist, to love, to identify. So when she faces Michael, her brother, this isn't good versus evil. It is in a cosmic sense Eros and Thanatos. This is love versus the void. This is the full human versus the void. So every time she fights back, she's affirming life against this unyielding entropy. And entropy is the word. Entropy is everything. Entropy is what will win in the end. Like, she bears it all, man. She wills that knife in her hand. She is a refusal to let him consume her story. And that's where it is. This is where the cosmic crux actually comes. He can't die. He's never going to die. He's going to keep on coming. And he's always just waiting for that moment. Maybe she gets too old. But he's after everyone because that is the essence of what Michael Myers is and why he is associated so deeply with Halloween itself.